Useless has been enjoying Black Ops 7 a lot. I don't know even know who this is. This is Endymion TV. Alright, okay. And Black Ops 7 is a humiliation ritual. I'm actually kinda looking forward to the description because I have finally stopped paying into Activision.
Oh boy, here we go. So the newest Call of Duty game has officially released, and like other
Yeah.
games, I am also reviewing this for the channel currently, so I can give my
I'm sick of
impressions on
seeing
the
Black
game.
Ops 7
But to call
everywhere.
Black Ops 7's release anything
Oh
short
god,
of
what
a
is this?
giant WTF, that would be an understatement from what I've already played of this. There's a lot to go over. Let's get into it.
I hate... Just to be specific, I hate that they brought back the zombies cast from the old Black Ops, like Richthofen, Takeo, and the others, you know. I hate that they brought them back. Because after the final map, Revelations, the map says it got revealed. The grand finale got revealed, Revelations. After everything, they don't get granted their happy ending? This is supposed to be COD, right? Yes. This is Black Ops 7. I hate that they brought it back. There is so much repurposed fucking bullshit. Fucking ice staff as a item in one of the maps. That made me so angry. Bro, and I heard Richthofen's voice in one of the Black Ops 6 maps, and I was like, wait, they're not serious, right? They're not bringing it back. And at the end of that map, the boss fight is a fucking mirror. Yeah. Yeah, no. It's over. This shit's bad. It's not gonna get better. It's trash. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry, actually.
It. Listen, I've played every Black Ops game. My personal favorites are Black Ops 1, 2, and 3, and kind of Cold War 2.
Hold on. No, it's Skibidi Toilet, the game. There is no character that hits to the original spirit of the game. Yeah. Bro, fucking Origins, Burride, and stuff like that from Black Ops 2. And the Black Ops 3 maps are also really great. And they brought back, like, a lot of the old maps, too. I don't care that they brought it back for a quick cash grab. I liked it. Alright? I enjoyed playing Origins once again. With better controls, might I add. But damn, the original one. Infinite Warfare had more sense of identity than this.
Despite feeling weird at times, Cold War was an actually fun game in my opinion for what it was. Probably though, my favorite multiplayer out of the Black Ops games for me would be either the first or the third one. I really enjoyed the hero.
What? He skipped over 2 in multiplayer? Nah, that's crazy. Nah.
Like abilities they had in that third one, if I'm being real. But Black Ops.
Yeah, the abilities were great. I agree. But just the core mechanics, no, brother, no. Infinite Warfare was overhated. I agree.
7 so far feels like the most baffling game I've played all year, and I mean this with
What
like
the fuck
no
is
hyperbole.
the screen? Why is it so red?
Floored by what I was playing, but not really in the good way. You've likely heard of how the campaign is just ridiculous, and yes, you best believe it is every bit as stupid as you've heard. The game starts with a news broadcast that Raul Menendez is somehow alive again. If you forgot who this guy is, he was the main villain of Black Ops 2, and you
he looks younger
100% ended this guy by the end of that campaign years ago. Except here he is somehow alive and kicking, but looking much older. And then this then then leads to Spectre 1, which is your team's unit
Oh,
name
this
that you
is
operate
okay.
under,
He
having to now
had
figure
aura.
out how
Yeah,
exactly
had.
Menendez survived the events of Black Ops 2 and like what he's planning, I guess. This then leads you to a facility where immediately the game just becomes questionable in every way imaginable. Look, I know Call of Duty has been going off the rails, but this is something else entirely. The only way I can describe what Call of Duty has become is to compare it to the equally ridiculous Fast and the Furious movies. Remember how the first Fast and the Furious, it was just people driving cars and avoiding the cops? Maybe it
Yeah,
had some gang
all
stuff,
of
but generally speaking, it was ground.
And then they were in space, and then they fought Goku, and then they fought Gran Zeno, and they transcended reality because of a car, and then they had Ghost Rider racing. And maybe there is a gas leak in the Activision HQ. Nah. Wait, no, actually that could be true. They can't explode since there's not a single spark of inspiration in there. So, yeah, it's probably gas poisoning.
Level, and then progressively as that franchise evolved and got more popular, Fast and the Furious was suddenly about taking down governments and getting launched into space.
Oh my god.
Vin Diesel is basically now a superhero for no reason. Like,
Not
that's Call of Duty. There's
not
really no better
pre-watch,
comparison that I can think of, because despite this game taking place in the not so distant future, Black
Oh my
Ops 7, it just feels like I'm in like an AI algorithm the entire time I'm playing it. Like, the developers just took AI and told it, just create a campaign that is a bunch of loosely tied events that connect with the most ridiculous things possible, and then just send it out there. But it's ridiculous, dude. But if you want more content as well, please subscribe, like the video, leave a comment.
I think it's the Fast and the Furious or something.
It starts off pretty normal. It sets up the stakes, shows you David Mason, who's now voiced by that Milo guy from Heroes, whose last name I don't even want to pronounce because I can't. And then you're immediately thrown into the campaign with 3 other teammates. But what's really weird is that if you play the campaign solo, like I always do these COD campaigns in the past, despite the game clearly showing you in cutscenes that you have these 3 other people with you, these other members of Spectre 1 are just not present. Like, during the actual moment-to-moment gameplay.
Wait, but they're present even in just the Black Ops 3 campaign. I remember, because I played that thing a lot, because you could level and unlock stuff. How did Infinite Warfare manage to make an interesting female character in the futurism setting and be able to demonstrate drone swarms far before the clusterfuck of Ukraine put that into the public zeitgeist? And now we have this. Chasing the PR train did some irreparable damage to this series, it seems. Yeah. Man.
If you choose to play solo, which is just so bizarre to me. Like, in previous Call of Duty games, you usually have some NPC you follow or help, right?
Bro, that is one of the worst grappling hooks for a modernized... Oh my god.
But at the very least, Activision would try to make what's happening feel at least somewhat believable and have some weight to it. Instead, here you'll go from a mission...
What the fuck? Why is that fucking pistol?
NPC you follow or help, right? We all know that. But at the very least...
It's okay. It could have been like mounted on the arm, so, you know, futuristic or anything like that. But this just doesn't make sense, right?
Activision would try to make what's happening feel at least
I don't
somewhat
like
believable and have some weight to it. Instead, here you'll go from a mission cutscene where you're with your teammates all...
If we compare it to another game that has, like, similar working one, and it absolutely doesn't make sense, Dying Light. The first one. The grappling hook don't make sense. It doesn't. Don't even try to explain it. I still liked it. Motherfucker's gorilla grip holding that grappling hook pistol thing, right?
Talking in the same room, then the actual gameplay will start, and then those teammates will just vanish into thin air.
Maybe the grappling hook has like a really good function. maybe it feels good, right? Dying Light 1 was amazing. Yeah, the game was amazing. So you can excuse something that doesn't make sense.
However, they will still talk to you during the mission and offer pointers, but their voices are instead heard over like the radio, despite them apparently being quite literally right beside you just seconds ago in the cutscene before or even after. Then, when a mission ends or any cutscene really happens, suddenly these people who are just floating voices around your head, they just appear in the flesh for Mason to do the scene with. It's so weird, dude. I also wouldn't even say that any of the characters have a personality besides maybe Michael Rooker, whose character's name I don't even remember. It's just Michael Rooker being himself, which is fine, I guess. Although I will say one change I do like to this campaign is that Black Ops 7 actually levels your main account and your weapons while you're playing the campaign. So when you shoot the enemies in the campaign, yes, you will see the XP on every kill like it is multiplayer. And then you'll get more XP based on how you defeat them. Let's say a headshot giving you more points or environmental explosions like a barrel or something blowing up and taking them out. And I like this because you're not only getting familiar with the weapons in Black Ops 7 through the campaign, but by using them, you were also leveling those weapons up and even gaining camos for them too. So then when you jump into multiplayer, for example, I was already level 7 on my account because I had just shot a bunch of dudes in the campaign, and I was able to then choose the same assault rifle I was using in the campaign.
Alright, so the camo grind doesn't make sense. Right. Leveling the weapons is fine and all for XP purposes only. But camo grinding in a campaign instead of just having campaign camos like you'd have usually, that's weird. I'm not a fan of that. But then again, I'm not a fan of the game as a whole. Was it dumb? Yes, but somehow they made it work. Mind you, it had mech suits, exoskeleton frames, and a very small amount of energy weapons. But somehow it kinda worked. Then again, I'm a sci-fi nerd. Wait, what? Hold on, to what correlation, Iron? Hold on, I'm confused. I'm confused. Are you talking about Infinite Warfare? Of course you're not a fan. You're Moomy. Oh man. Let bro cook, Moomy. You know, I want to know what he's talking about, because I probably agree. Iron. Oh. Yeah, Infinite Warfare. Oh yeah, no. I liked Infinite Warfare, personally. Some of the weapons were, but you know, most of it was fine.
And immediately I would have some attachments.
That was the one after Black Ops 3, or is it the one before? Because depending on which, the multiplayer was shit. But the fucking zombies one, that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Available, so I could then customize my weapons with, say, an extended magazine from the get-go or a stock. Like, I like this change. I kind of hope that every Call of Duty game does this in the future too, because campaigns should reward you with XP for your main account and your weapon.
Yes, XP, yes, but yeah.
Hello.
I need anything?
Black Ops 7?
No.
Why no?
I'm reacting to a video trash talking it.
Okay, weird.
Nah. Deserve.
I'm gonna take my stuff away.
I'll be back later, baby. Bye.
Alright, bye-bye.
Yeah, Infinite Warfare was after Black Ops 3. Oh yeah, that zombie mode was really fun in that one. The zombies in that one was really fun and unique, most importantly. It didn't use old characters, it made a completely new cast, and I enjoyed it. Why did you deny your boyfriend, dog? That's me. Fuck you. How about that?
I do think it's a solid way to ease new players into these games too, but also maybe...
Can't remember anymore. All I remember is the one I played had Kev Spacey in it. Maybe I'm remembering Advanced Warfare. I have no idea.
Hopefully entice those hardcore multiplayer COD guys to actually play the campaigns in these games. If, say, that certain camos or such are only unlockable via playing the campaign itself, like there's even operator skins that you can unlock by only beating the campaign. So in terms terms of the reward feedback loop of the campaign, I have to give credit where it's due, okay? This is objectively better than previous Call of Duty games in this area when it comes to the system. This should become the norm. And in terms of multiplayer so far, I gotta say, the actual multiplayer feels pretty solid so far. Okay, it's not blowing me away or anything or changing my life. There's definitely some stuff going on I don't really grasp just yet about it, but the overall concept of multiplayer, it feels pretty good from my first impressions. Like, I'm not a COD, master, so my words are what they are, but the guns, of course, also
Is Kevin
they still
Spacey
feel
the
very good
pedo
to
guy? I
shoot.
have
It's
no
still
idea,
very
man. I
satisfying
don't
to get
remember
someone in
shit.
the head or pull off one of those quick gunfights where you pop two people at once. And yeah, you're constantly unlocking new things to try out, and the progression feels objectively good. So if you want my opinion on, say, the multiplayer alone, my opinion so far in that area is that if you enjoyed previous Black Ops multiplayer, yeah, you're gonna feel right at home with this. Like, duh, no, like, of course you will. And then you have the TTK, or that's the time to kill. That also feels more generous this time around. Maybe I'm crazy, but for both
So
you
that
and
was
the enemy
Advanced
players,
Warfare.
it feels
Aaron.
better. I actually felt like I had more of a chance to react to someone shooting me more often than not this time around. Whereas in previous Call of
Hello!
Duties,
Oh, God.
obviously, someone would
Yes.
just see me and immediately I would be zeroed and respawning. Not as much here so far. And seeing enemy players' red health bars lower as I shoot them, that's a good thing too, in my opinion. Because seeing the players'
but
health bars as I shoot them,
hold on, wasn't that a big no in Infinite Warfare that people didn't like that about the game? The multiplayer? Why is it all of a sudden, oh yeah, this is fine? I mean, this is just one guy saying it, but still.
it gives me like immediate feedback of how much damage I'm actually doing in that moment. As opposed to previous games where I shoot someone and then they just sort of seem fine and I have no real idea of like how much damage I actually did to them. So again, multiplayer is good so far. The kill streaks are pretty standard, but they feel like there's actually way more than usual, I think, too. You have a lot of things. You have drone strikes and EMP storms and UAVs, of course, and all that. There's even a mech suit like your Iron Man, basically, from the first movie, when he like comes out of the cave or something and you can just blast dudes. So again, my overall impressions of the multiplayer are fine so far. It has 18 maps at launch, which I think is a healthy
Backlash
amount,
was
quite a bit,
it's
to be honest. And of
futuristic.
course, a good
Really?
chunk of them, like always,
That's
are older
it?
maps that are
Wow.
repurposed. But again, that's just Call of Duty standard at this point, I guess. But in terms of zombies, I'm going to be honest, guys, I haven't tried that yet myself. But from what I've seen online, it looks fun, but I have no real opinion on it. But if you read any reviews online, it seems like most reviewers, they seem to be enjoying the multiplayer and the zombie modes. But the problems here are very much to do with the campaign and also the unethical use of art, which I'll get into later on. But back to the campaign for a second. The problem here is, well, a lot of things. For one, the campaign cannot be
people
paused.
hated Ghost,
It's
if I
also a
remember
co-op
correctly.
campaign.
Really? I love Ghost! I still play it to this day! Huh? Why? Ghost has such good game modes, like, fucking Infected and stuff like that. Holy fuck, how? How? The weapons are amazing too, how the fuck? Really, I kind of felt it actually hit a good sweet spot. Yeah, me too, Infinite Warfare wasn't too bad. But Ghost? Ghost being hated is weird to me. I agree with you, people don't. Yeah.
Holy. Load
Holy.
into every mission of the campaign as if it was its own multiplayer.
Don't even
map.
remember Ghost. Oh, I love the fucking alien mode. The zombie equivalent for Ghost, basically. Oh my god. Yeah. Need something?
Yeah, what? No.
Why are you people calling me? You wanna play something later?
I don't know. I'm playing a Chinese game
Oh.
and selling my soul.
Alright. Later then.
Later.
What the hell? They went too far with the Mars Colony Rebellion led by the guy who played Jon Snow. What the fuck? China #1!
And then eventually, though, as the campaign progresses, you were thrusted into a room
Twice.
with Emma Kagan. That's the black tattooed white lady with like the white jacket. She then unleashes this red toxin on Mason and the rest of Spectre 1. And this
What the
in
hell?
turn causes the team to just fall through a hole in reality and end up in some weird, bizarro world where giant machetes are falling from the sky. And
What
the
the fuck?
enemies go from being normal dudes to these red ghost specter things. You've probably seen clips online, but yeah, the campaign is just knucking futz because everything you're witnessing, from what I understand, is pretty much like a Batman Scarecrow nightmare vision. Like this entire game's plot is just a bunch of Black Ops soldiers tripping
fuck is
balls
this campaign? I
24/7
have
on
no idea.
super drugs, basically. I haven't beaten the campaign yet, but who knows? Maybe they'll explain, no, actually, it was all
Keep
real
toilet
all
had
along.
more
It was a digital
cohesion.
world made by Avalon, or it's nanomachines, son. Who knows at this point, okay? Black Ops makes so little sense. The plot is just a jumbled mess at this point. I did laugh out loud, though, early on when Mason is visiting Frank Wood's grave. You know Frank from the older Black Ops games? Everybody loves him. Because they confirm that Frank lives to like 104 years old or something. Like the dude is
What
born
the
in
fuck?
the 1930s. And he kicks the bucket in 2034. Like, how is this guy living so long doing all of what he did in the Black Ops games? Ridiculous, man. But I guess this gives Activision 104 years worth of Black Ops stories they can pull from to push Frank Woods back into future games. Oh boy. Can't wait for that one. Or who knows? Maybe Frank will return with nanomachines like the Joker and Batman Beyond. Like anything is possible.
Woods, how are you alive? Nanomachines, son. Fuck! I hate the idea of that.
Well, here it's just Fast and the Furious. Like I said, if aliens just started descending from the sky into Black Ops'
You know? Yeah, I was talking about the fucking game mode. What is it actually called? Hold on. Oh, it doesn't say. Whatever.
campaign, if they were confirmed real, I honestly wouldn't even be surprised anymore. Because, of course, there's aliens. Why not? Maybe aliens are the main villains of Black Ops story now. I don't know. Let's just go all the way since nothing seems to matter anyways. But in that first mission alone, there's giant machetes, like I said, falling from the sky. And then you fight the ghost of Raul Menendez in like a dreamscape where red ghosts are swarming you as
They
you
already revived one guy from Modern Warfare reboot. Well, how was he? Alex or something? Didn't they revive Soap? Bro, now I'm convinced there isn't a gas leak. They're just huffing carbon monoxide for fun at Activision. Nah, it's gotta be a gas leak, because with them not having a single spark of creativity, it can't explode. Gas leak is the only explanation for their poisoning.
vault on top of buildings shooting them. And then when you do enough damage, and this is a really baffling part, you can then grab like a machete on the map, like it's an actual like little icon power up, and then it's a kill streak. And then you call it down and you call down your own massive machetes onto remove. This is so dumb. Like this sounds like I'm lying, but I'm not. You drop the giant machete onto Raul Menendez, you do damage to his health bar like he's like a Destiny boss. Like I'm not kidding. This is real. This is what the game is. Like later on in the campaign, you even team up with zombies and fight Lovecraftian bug monsters. Like what happened to these games when they
What in the fucking Helldivers is this?
were about stuff like MK Ultra conspiracy?
Soup from Modern Warfare 3 reboot where he died the most stupid way possible. Soup!
Conspiracy theories and off-the-record ops missions
Isn't it
in like
soap?
different countries
I
or
thought
something.
it was
Now
soap,
it's as if
not soup.
Activision just makes content for content's sake. Like at one point, you fight a building-sized Michael Rooker. I'm not even kidding. Like watch this clip.
Fire on it! Do some damage!
Shoot! Shoot it! Shoot that son of a...
You know, that's weird. His name is Soap, right? Is getting shitloads of carbon monoxide poisoning. The ones with actual skills in storyboard making didn't wake up. God damn it. Soap. Yeah, right. I don't even know how to write his name. Bro, what the fuck?
Get off the ground! Get up!
I'm sorry, but... Really? That's it? Would drop at You would trumpet us around.
Keep clear.
God.
Halfway.
And you thought that was weird for Call of Duty? And then you have Frank Woods inserting himself into a gigantic Venus flytrap like he's Poison Ivy in Batman Arkham Asylum that also shoots Scarecrow red scare toxins out of it as he laughs in terror. Like, that doesn't even sound like a real thing, and I'm lying to you, but unfortunately, that is real. It is in the campaign. Like, watch this clip too.
What the f is happening?
What the hell?
What the f?
What in the Destiny
Yeah, bro,
boss
welcome to
is
Call of Duty
this?
campaign, dude.
This is the most
Like,
wild
what the
shit,
actual
right?
Look up
I'm
Warfare
playing.
for free reboot.
You
ending.
thought I was
Nah, I'm
lying.
good.
Like, I wish I was, but no, that's where Black Ops is going now. They don't care anymore. It's just about filling the game with content for content's sake. It doesn't matter if it's good or not. As long as they can just slap the words campaign on the box to just justify the
Fucking
price. It's
DM
not just-
Devil May Cry 5 boss. Bullet Sponge boss fight apparently. Yeah.
campaign.
Sad.
They're even getting attacked for the unlockables in the game too. As seen here from Insider Gaming, Activision is being accused of using generative AI to create the calling cards in Black Ops 7, which is pretty obvious when you look at them. I mean, here's some of the calling cards you can see that are obtainable in Black Ops 7. Like, these are just straight up AI art assets.
the
There's no
fuck?
point in denying this. I've seen actual AI memes from over a year ago that look almost identical to how these calling cards look, like even down to the characters' poses. Like, these people are so strapped for time with these games releasing that they just keep cutting corners any way they can to
Holy
again fill
shit.
these with content, and it's just getting gross. Obviously, this does bring up the conversation recently with Arc Raiders and how that game has generative AI voice lines, but at the very least, Arc Raiders has
Yeah, hold on. With Arc Raiders, yes, they do have generative AI voice lines, but they have the what do you call it? The voice actors actually gave a thumbs up to, yeah, you can do that, and signed a waiver for the last few voice lines that they couldn't do because of time management stuff. So that's a lot consent. Thank you very much. Yeah, they gave their consent. That's a lot different than just fucking AI image, a whole images and content in the game instead of just a voice line. I'm not saying that voice lines aren't important work, but you know, I played Ark a little bit. Where the fuck is that AI voice line at the end of the game? Apparently it's only in the end game or something like that, because, you know, I have no idea.
fully voiced cutscenes with real actors, just like Call of Duty does too, I know, but they also don't use AI in Arc Raiders to then make any of the art or the guns or the environments in the game. That's all handmade by humans. I can't honestly...
Yeah, I think I saw something about one of the enemy types, the spider types. They gave a learning AI the fucking physics of the spider and made it learn how to walk with those physics. That's interesting. I think that's cool, right? That's a good use of AI right there.
say the same for Black Ops here, because they are just cutting corners, removing that human element.
That's
from the
kinda
design
sick,
process
right?
entirely. It's just to save money and not...
That also means that every time you like stun it or something, it'll react differently. If it's still learning, right? It doesn't have like it's like a set animation, which is really fucking cool. That's gonna fuck with my head as I associate Ark with Ark Survival Evolved instead of Ark Raiders. Yeah, me too. I was kind of like, wait, you played Ark? Are we talking about the same game? But I didn't want to say anything.
pay real artists. And if the industry is going to curb stomp Arc Raiders the way that they have already, then it needs to be equally done to Black Ops 7, because this is egregious here. Like, look
Yes.
at this calling card. This is just some weird Studio Ghibli art pushed through an AI filter. Like, how can Activision even be allowed to put this in their game? Is this not something they could get sued for? Like, they're ripping off an art style, not paying anyone for, just hitting prompts. Like, it's just ridiculous. Here's another
is
AI
not that
calling card
fast.
with a
Come
guy
on, man.
fighting
Give him a
zombies. They
break.
probably just used the prompt for Ash from Evil Dead and Plants vs. Zombies and hit enter counter on this one. Here's another AI calling card where a wounded guy runs from a monster. Like, none of this was made by human hands. How is this not a lawsuit in the making? But Insider Gaming also got a response from Activision over those
True and
AI
real.
cards, and here's what they said. Like so many others around the world, we use a variety of digital tools, including AI tools, to empower and support
Oh
our
my
teams to create
God.
the best experience possible for our players. I'm not even going to read the
Real, no
rest of that.
real.
Like, they just admitted to it. They just confirmed that they used AI. So, like, what are you going to do about it is their
Sad.
attitude here, pretty much. Like, that's just insane, dude. I'm actually curious. I'm going to ask you guys this. Can Activision be sued for this? They're using stolen art in a fully priced AAA video game product. Like, where does this end? If Marathon got delayed because of that, how does Black Ops 7 get away with it? And remember how Activision said that Black Ops 7
Because
would apparently
Activision-
remove the wacky and zanier cosmetics from their game in order to keep the series more grounded due to Battlefield 6 saying the same? Well, that was a total lie, because here,
Yes.
User Detonated showed off the animations for various Vault Edition Mastercraft gun skins. Like, just look at this, dude. How can any of these supposed to be
What the
believable? You have a
fuck?
gun that splits into like a Doomslayer sword. Remember when Reznov was the biggest problem in Black Ops' story? Now you got Venus Flytrap Old Man boss battles, Michael Rooker as Godzilla, laser sword guns, AI calling cards, and
Holy shit, we playing the first-person dino survival game or the game that's become Battlefield new rival? Huh.
yeah, again, you can't pause the campaign. Did I forget to mention that? My bad. But like, look, Eurogamer reported on this too. See, you can't pause the campaign. You also need an always online connection, and I'm already tired of thinking of this
What the fuck?
campaign, but just why, dude? Why is Call
Call of Duty Black Ops 7 campaign cannot be paused by solo players, has no checkpoints, and requires an online connection at all times. What the fuck? It's a fucking campaign. How the fuck does that make sense? Shadow Wizard Money Gang weapons. What the fuck?
people do like this? Because the actual
Good.
gameplay is fun. Well,
What in
that's
the
true of
Apex
any
did
Call
I
of
just
Duty pretty
see?
Much. The shooting has
Make
always
whales
objectively
suffer.
felt good, but it's like this filet mignon that is surrounded by poop more often than it's not. Although at least in viewership numbers, Black Ops 7 is not outdoing even Arc Raiders on launch day. Like, look at Twitch's numbers. Here you can see Arc Raiders is actually beating it still on
Damn.
launch day. Like, that is wild.
Damn.
Obviously, Black Ops 7 will still
Why are you saying that about your mama, John? What the fuck?
sell anyways, but who knows? Maybe with the community split between Battlefield 6 and Arc Raiders already, much of that internet pie may have been eaten by the time that Black Ops has come out this year. Of course, IGN also gave Black Ops 7's campaign a 6 out of 10, as you can see here. But what's also funny is that they ended up giving Battlefield 6's campaign.
Okay, hold on. It's just the campaign. And based on what I've seen of the Battlefield 6 campaign, it really ain't that good, okay? It's fine, but it ain't that good. However, giving the fucking Black Ops 7 single player review a 6, I don't know. Man!
10, as you can
Because I made a yo mama joke in 2025. Excuse me, please. What the fuck?
see here. But
To
what's
look
also
up something. Oh no, Iron is doing research. Oh no, wow. Who would have thought that IGN will give that shit a good rating? Well, to be fair,
funny is that they
it's
ended up
6 out of
giving
10, isn't
Battlefield
it?
6
And Battlefield is a deserved mediocre story. The story ain't that good. The main selling point is the multiplayer. Dog is 8 execute as in kill, not excuse me. Execute me, oh. Sorry, I didn't read.
his campaign like a 5. Like, I just think this is all such a mess. I personally don't believe that either Battlefield nor Call of Duty had a good campaign this year, but like always, it'll come down to the multiplayer support, and Call of Duty is still doing what it always does, so maybe that will be
The
enough
fuck?
for them. But it's not like it matters, because in less than 6 months,
Both our dyslexic communication is not well.
the next
No executions for mum. Yikes!
game will be teased anyways. And let me guess, it'll be Modern Warfare 4, won't
Mom
it?
jokes?
What else could it be
Oh.
really? But with the AI slop, this game just feels like it's a humiliation ritual to me. I kind of just feel embarrassed for having played it. Of course, if I wasn't reviewing it for the channel, I wouldn't have bought it. But here I am, and it irks me that I gave money for this. By God, this game is already a mess, dude. Like the AI stuff is just crazy to me because how can what's arguably
was
the
the
biggest
point?
release of every single year in the game industry? How are they not able to afford artists to actually make real art for these games? They make enough money. It can only be for two reasons. One is greed, obviously we know that, and two, it has to be time. They just don't have the time anymore to give each of these games the time they need to really make them something special. Like at the end of the
Bro, hold on. October 25th, 2024. Barely got a year. Barely got over a month and a year and a month. Holy shit. Not even a full month. Holy fuck. It got a year and 2 weeks. God damn. Oh my god.
campaign, Black Ops.
Hold on. You know it's bad when IGN, the COD cock worshippers, gave it a 6 out of 10. It's not time. They just compete at who is gonna make worst game possible and still sell it relatively good.
7 shows how many studios work to make this game a
Man.
reality. Like, look at this dude. Look at the credits on screen here. That's 10 whole development studios that worked on
Holy
this one
shit.
single game. Even Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer worked on this. Like, at what point do we realize that something like this has to give here? And with Battlefield 6's parent company EA also now wanting to turn Battlefield into a yearly franchise just like Call of Duty, this whole thing, it just sounds like it's going to fall apart in a few years. Because you're telling me that every year
Poor
eventually we're going to
Raven.
have a
I
new
have
Call
no
of
idea
Duty
which
and a
ones
new
are good and
Battlefield?
which
Are
ones
we
are not.
being for real? Look, as I get older, I already got less time to play games as is, which already
Yeah, true.
annoys me, trust me, but there's no way I can keep up with a new Call of Duty and a new Battlefield, plus their battle passes and all that
So,
content,
Black Ops 8
whatever,
in
plus
4
all
months.
the other games I have to or want to play too. Like, I would have to basically just stop doing YouTube, shut myself in a room 24/7.
Or hear me out. What if they make a medieval COD? What do you mean by that? Are you gonna have different bows for LMG crossbow? I was about to say that. Are you gonna have like a strong war bow for like a sniper shot and a small rapid fire bow too for like the assault rifles? Like what the fuck are you talking about?
Grow my hair down to my ankles, smell like molded cheese, just to keep up with all of these games. And I'm not going to do that, obviously. Like, these things are like a thin rope that is just being pulled so tightly, it's going to rip eventually. Like on Steam right now, as you can see here, Black Ops 7 hasn't even reached 100,000 concurrent players.
Hear me out. Prehistoric COD! You have big stone and small stones. You have boulders. Those are RPGs.
Yet. And that 400k on the right there that you're seeing, that's because every Call of Duty game
Can't wait for Cavemen of Duty.
So all these Call of Duty games are considered DLC packs for the main Call of Duty hub, so that's why. And oh yeah, that's also stupid. I forgot to mention this too, but the PS5 version of Black Ops 7, just like previous games, doesn't even have a platinum trophy. But the PS4 version does, because it's, like I said, DLC technically. That's full price as well. This whole game is just a mess for me, man, and it angers me because at its heart, Call of Duty is fun to play. Objectively, the gunplay is good. The movement feels nice, and it is addicting, but my god, is what's surrounding every release a turd sandwich in some way or another. I know they'll never change the yearly schedule, but man, do they.
Actually, Ubisoft already did prehistoric Far Cry. Yes, but with that, it actually kind of worked. You know what, the way they did it? But COD is a fucking fast-paced shooter, not a story-driven game, usually.
They have to do something at some point because this cannot keep going as it is. If the only way we get new Call of Duty games every year is for Activision to remaster the same maps over and over again, I mean, for God's sakes, Nuketown is back for like the 7th, or is it like 8th time now if you include Cold War? Like, how many times have they added Nuketown now in these games? If the only way a new game can reasonably come out is if older maps are recycled and remastered and older guns are brought back but given a new look, or now AI has to be used because they can't even make enough calling cards every year, something has to change, guys. Like, come on now. This is getting actually stupid to see every year. Like, I would love a new Call of Duty maybe every 2 years that really lets each release flesh itself out and feel monumental. But at this point, these games are like cigarettes or vape hits. Like, they just last long enough until your next fix. But you'll be paying through the nose to make sure that your hands stop shaking because you need your hits so badly. It's just humiliating and embarrassing and frankly downright annoying to see what Call of Duty has become now. I would tell you not to buy it, but like any addict, the people who need this sort of games, they're gonna buy it anyways. But I guess if you were on the fence, I would strongly advise you either wait for a deep sale or just walk away entirely, dude. You already know what this game is going to be. You've played it before. You played it 7 or 8 times already. It's just now it's full of AI and old men masquerading as plant kaijus or something, I guess. Call of Duty is now officially a humiliation ritual, and there's no really other way of putting it. I guess I'll ask, what do you think about it? Are you gonna buy it or support it? But I can already guess the answers. But what can Call of Duty even do to change its trajectory? Maybe that's a better question to ask. Or is it just fine as it is? Are we really going to just play the same multiplayer zombie campaign cycle every year until the planet explodes one day? I guess we'll see.
Apparently.
But man, do I miss the days of Black Ops 1 through 3, because what's happening now, this is just not it, man. But I guess if you want to just play mindless multiplayer, this can be fun.
Yeah, for
most, that's probably going to be enough. But as always, thanks for watching.
4 had really great weapon selection, but that's about it.
Subscribe. What a shame, dude. What a shame.
Shitara Kojima. They can't. They won't give him the freedom to do what he wants. They're gonna fuck up a perfectly good game. He could give them a fucking gold. He's the goose that lays the golden eggs. They would slaughter the goose to get one egg out of him. Anyway. This was my dude Endymion TV. God, I'm butchering his name so fucking bad, but it's okay. He actually has really cool takes. I'm a subscribe, like. Oh my god. I blame the people who buy it more than I blame the developers. Both are equally at fault to me. Call of Duty then. Remember those who fought for your freedom. Call of Duty now. Skibbity Riz! Call of Duty Toilet 7. Taco Bell's Revenge! God said, the skins would be grounded. The campaign. Random bullshit. Go! Call of LSD is what I saw in the last moment. Holy hell.